Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 30th, 31st, 2023 Blue Moon, Supermoon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below, as will a link to my website, daneharttarot.com, if you are interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or an animal healing. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during the biggest, brightest moon of 2023. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is the Nine of Cups. Oh, okay. There's a sense of thinking that there's a win before there's a win, like celebrating something before you actually have it in the bag. So just be very mindful about that. It's like sitting down to the table. It's like, okay, I've got this, and nobody else showing up for it. Or not being able to celebrate. It's kind of like you spoke too soon. So do be mindful about this during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is wish. Yeah, there's a little bit of wishful thinking going on, most definitely, during this time, and we can tend to fall into wishes, but there is this beauty of wish around us. So just be aware of this, that it's a beautiful thing to wish and to connect, but we want to ground it during this time as well. So wishes are surrounding us. What we wish for, what we deeply desire is going to be so prevalent during this time. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Interesting. Okay, there's either a soulmate connection that we're walking away from during this time, or that has come to an end. That's going to be a very big thing during this time. There's also a focus on money and prosperity, so do be aware of that as well, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles. This is a soulmate connection. It's either you guys are like strangers in the night, you just keep missing each other, or this person is, one of you isn't available. Okay, so that's going to be a very big thing. I see you coming through more as the King of Pentacles during this time, but there's something here where it's like, no, that's not going to work. With the Fool, be mindful, okay, because we're kind of celebrating something a little bit too soon. Be mindful of foolish energy coming forward. We can be listening to somebody they're just a fool, like, and doing things that are foolish during this moon. So just be aware of that. The Fool reversed is literally being a fool. So it doesn't mean that we're foolish, but it is something to be mindful of during this time. It's also letting the heart kind of take over. We're in a Pisces supermoon, blue moon. The moon is at 7 degrees of Pisces and the sun is at 7 degrees of Virgo. There's an intensity here. There's rare and powerful connection with our emotions, with our intuition, with our with ourself and our spiritual selves. And that can kind of run amok. It can become very overwhelming. And all of a sudden, all we can focus on are the tides of our emotions moving us forward, moving us forward. Because remember, we're that zigzag sign, right? Aquarius, we are the oldest iconography, the oldest imagery that represents us. That zigzag, the two zigzags, is the oldest imagery of human existence. So here during this time, with us being represented by the water and Pisces being a water sign, we can get pulled into things very, very easily. And our hearts just take over. Our emotions can be all over the place. And this can be a time when our emotions are just very overwhelming, not just for us, but for everybody. So do be mindful about this. Pisces is the most sensitive sign. So this moon is the most sensitive moon. All right. And it can bring overwhelming energy that just pulls us along. Now, either we can want to shut down from that energy, we can want to escape, we can become very rigid, very rule oriented, kind of let that Virgo energy take over. But this is also a warning of addiction, that if that's one of our coping mechanisms, or was one of our coping mechanisms or escapisms, because it's not really a coping mechanism, that can come up during this time, that emotions are just a little bit too intense, a little bit too powerful. So do be aware of this. But there is a tendency during this time to get a little bit too caught up and want to jump before everything is ready. It's not a bad thing. I don't want you to think, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible." It's not terrible at all. Spirit is saying, just wait. Just wait. See it all the way through to the end, and then it's time to go after what we love, go after what we want. That's going to be just so, so, so important. Now we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy. All right. Now, it's very interesting is that we're kind of being led by our hearts, right? And we're very much being led by our hearts during this time with the chakra energy of the heart chakra coming forward, and also the Qigong energy of the heart coming forward. Now, during this moon, Venus is in Pisces. And not Pisces, I do apologize. Where is Venus? Venus is in Leo. There we go. I was like, it's prevalent. It's this card right here. Venus is in Leo. And we are a little bit out of alignment with what we love. So this Leo energy is reversed. And so moving forward in strength, moving forward in what we desire, moving forward in what we love, it can be a little bit overwhelming for us as well. But we cannot feel that strong or that brave in what we love. And Spirit is saying here during this time, it is time to move forward with brave hearts. It is time to embrace what we desire, to embrace our strength. But there is an energy around us. It can be a person around us, or it can be ourselves, that is believing might equals right. It's kind of a bullying energy that is, I can be strong, I can be, courageous. I'm going to get what I want right here, right now. And it's just going to bulldoze it forward. So do be mindful about this in ourselves, but also with other people, where it's just kind of like, okay, this is a bit much. I need to step back. I need to connect with my heart, not be led by it. Okay, that's going to be one of the things that we find a little bit difficult, that nuance. I don't want to be led by my heart. I don't want to be, completely consumed by emotion. I want to be in connection with my emotion, with what I love, with what's sacredly important to me. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed. So the Queen of Pentacles with the child here, it's like prosperity reversed, but prosperity that lasts for generations. It's having to rethink this, having to relook at this, having to come back to this and say, okay, what's going on here? Because I do see, again, tied to the heart, but also tied to the root chakra, tied to a root of us, a very powerful instinct here. Something wasn't tended, okay, wasn't cared for, and it didn't move forward the way that we wanted it to. I see the pentacles as planting our seeds in the garden, and Spirit is like here, okay, the seed was planted, but it didn't take root and it didn't grow the way that we had expected. Now, either we kind of cut our losses with that, excuse me, cut our losses with that. And choking here, it's like, I don't want to type of thing. Or it's, I have to re-envision the way that I want to move forward, the way that I'm connecting, the way that I'm moving forward in what I desire, in what I want, in what I need, in my life, in my passion, and how I root myself. Because Spirit is really saying here, take care of you, plant you, grow what you need in your life right now. And then we can look at the external. And then we can start to connect with other people and what they desire. But it's like, tend our gardens right here, right now. With the Five of Cups reversed, this is not changing our mind and changing our lives. This is getting a little bit stuck. And Spirit is saying we can get stuck in what has passed, what has fallen, what isn't valuable anymore, and that will keep us from moving forward the way that we want to. And it can be that sense of, okay, I've won, I'm celebrating, but it's like a false win, it's a false start type of thing. So just be mindful here that we're kind of locked in fear. That is, yellow is pancreas energy. Yellow is also the solar plexus energy. You are going to be getting a lot of knowledge that you're like, oh, my gut is saying this, or my gut is feeling this. Listen to your gut. Also be very mindful of how you're nourishing yourself. You're going to be very sensitive to certain foods. Pay attention. Pay attention to those foods, pay attention to your gut, pay attention to your instincts. We will have a tendency during this time, Aquarius, to be a little bit frightened, a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit kind of all over the place. And Spirit is saying it's time to turn away. It is time to change our minds, change our lives, and move towards love, towards healing. Again, not being consumed by emotion, just having it like be a tidal wave that washes over us and washes everything to see. But it's to embrace our love, our emotion, our passion, our desire, who we are, and let ourselves shine. With the King of Pentacles, I really do see this as us: prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It's planting your seeds. It's embracing your harvest. It's seeing the interconnectedness of things. Some things, okay, we're going to try and force to work a certain way. That is not going to be how this moon works. This is going to be a time where it's like, okay, what have I planted? What do I need to tend to now? It's all about kind of pruning the garden. It's all about pulling up the weeds. It's all about looking at what's overgrown and messy and a little bit too much and saying, okay, I see that. I'm not shutting down. I'm not being overwhelmed. I see how everything is interconnected, and I'm going to tend my garden, and I'm going to have it so that I myself grow into such prosperity, success, and bounty that nothing and no one can stop me, that there's no bullying energy that can push me one way or the other. So it's moving into success of our soul and into the success of ourselves and really letting ourselves shine. That's going to be a huge thing. This is also earth sign energy: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We are dealing with energy very much in the here and in the now. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Capricorn, we can want to be very practical about things, but some things we might be looking at and not in the most practical of ways. So do be mindful about that. Be very aware of your money. Money is going to be very important. It is very important. It just is in humanity, or yeah, I guess humanity, or in human existence. So here, it's like, guard your seeds and watch them grow, because that's how you're going to have this energy of the heart growing for the next generations to come, whether it be, generations that are related to you or generations of just existence who you inspire and who really look up to you. So that's going to be a really cool thing. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so it's really interesting here. And where I want to start, I know we should start with the energy that crowns all of it, but we have the full moon in Aquarius showing up. We are showing up for ourselves. And it's in the card that Spirit was saying, this is you right now: King of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. Show the world the real you. We can be wearing a mask. It's like, okay, well, this is how I have to present myself. This is how I have to show myself. This is a mask that I'm wearing, but I don't feel it inside. This is a time where it's like, okay, look at you, be honest and open and real with you. We're embracing the void. And the void can seem scary because we have reversed, show the world the real you. The void can seem scary, but what Spirit is saying here is that the void isn't scary. The void is connecting with the universe. The fact that we are made up of stardust. The void is the silent moments, the shadows that the moon, no matter if it is the biggest, brightest moon of 2023, it still holds shadows. It's still going to bring the darkness. And we're going to have a bit of difficulty connecting with that which can't be seen, with the quiet and the vastness. So do be aware of this during this time. We are crowned with a new romantic cycle begins being reversed. This is not a time, like, as much, because I just see there's a connection that isn't being met, right? This isn't about, going out and meeting somebody, though that would be great. This moon or, strengthening relationships that we have. This is about strengthening the relationship with yourself. It's not about a new romantic cycle reversed. This is reversed. A new romantic cycle begins is reversed. So here, it's like, don't be foolish. Don't jump into something full throttle because we think, oh my gosh, that's going to be awesome. It's it's not going to be what we think it is. The sovereignty of the moon, the wisdom of the moon is guiding us towards a deeper understanding, a deeper connection with ourselves. If we take that and we crown ourselves with that energy, oh my gosh, will we be unstoppable? Will there be a brilliance to us, a passion, a power? And it just like, okay, I can do this. Like there's going to be that energy of, okay, I can do this. Now, let's do a crown meditation, just a really quick one. And if you don't want to, you can totally fast forward through this. But just take a nice deep breath in and exhale whenever it feels comfortable for you. Again, inhale deeply, exhaling fully. Inhaling deeply, exhaling fully. See this beautiful box being placed on the table in front of you. Reach your hands up and unbox this box. Lift off the lid. Inside is the most beautiful crown you have ever seen. With reverent fingers, lift the box. Lift the crown from the box, placing the crown on your head. Feel the majesty, the shoulders squaring, the head held high, the power, the dignity, the determination. As this crown is placed on your crown, on your head, over your third eye, you are success, you are bounty, you are abundance. Opening your eyes, whenever it feels comfortable for you, you walk forward throughout this day and the days to come, knowing that this crown is on your head. It is your birthright. It is your strength. We then move here to strength reversed, okay? Leo energy reversed. We can be having a negative time with a Leo during this time, but there's also a sense of like force equals right. And it's like, no, it doesn't. Reversed, we have faith in your dreams. We're not having faith in our dreams and we're not nourishing ourselves properly. That is why Spirit is saying, pay close attention to what you're feeding yourself, to how you're nourishing yourself, how you're moving forward in your life. Okay, because the nourishment, the eating good foods is going to be so important. Fast food tastes great, sure, but it's not going to do anything for you. It's actually going to knock you out of your equilibrium. So just be aware of this. Fast foods, sugary foods, those type of foods can be very satisfying, when you're eating them, but they'll they're going to play havoc on you, on your digestive system, but also the way that you're connecting, like your mind isn't going to be nourished by them. So just be aware of this. We're not having faith in our dreams because we're trying to force something that isn't right. And Spirit's like, okay, that's not right. That's not what I need. That's not what I want. I need to move forward in the power of me. It brings us to release. We're holding on to something. And Spirit's like, look at the bigger picture. Look at what we need to let go of. We do not need to be holding on to this anymore. It's time. This is resilience. I do apologize, but Spirit is also giving this sense of, I need to release. But our resilience is also being tested. How much further can we walk carrying this burden? Because we're needing to release it. Look at the bigger picture. Take aim at what you desire, focusing on the opening of your third eye. Emotions run high during this moon. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. It can wreck us. It can bring us to our knees. Most definitely. It can bring everybody to their knees. The biggest, most powerful moon of 2023. Emotions run high. And with it in Pisces, emotions run even higher. Do not let them overtake you. Remember that the sun in Virgo is practical and it's all about things running like clockwork. We don't want to be over, kind of like, what is the word that I'm looking for? Overcompensating, right? For the Pisces energy that comes in, and then we become too rigid. It has to be just like this, just like this, just like this. And it's like marching toy soldiers forward. We don't want to be like that. But we need to understand this balance between practicality and emotion. We also need to see that the straight line isn't necessarily going to get us the path, be the path that we want and get us to the place that we want to be. It might be the quickest way, but it's not going to get us where we want to be. There's a kind of circuitous route that we are going to be taking that takes us on a bit of adventures, takes us on and embracing a bit of mystery that we're going to be really intrigued by. Now, what's really cool is that during this supermoon and during this blue moon, Saturn is conjunct the moon. Now, Saturn, in whatever it's made up of in the cosmos, is less dense than water. And this is helping us move between the spiritual realm and the practical realm. Saturn is acting as a shaman for our inner selves. A shamanic journey is coming. That's why Spirit is saying, no, there's a route that's like a little bit more less traveled, like a little bit more kind of out there than we had thought. And it's going to be leading us in a direction that's really cool, that's really important to us. But it's not going to be the route that we had thought it was going to be. It's not going to be that straight, clear, this is the answer, this is what I want, this is what I need, I'm going to go after it, bulldozer anything down, like just kind of go with I just see like bulldozing anything in our path out of our way. That's not going to be the way. And that's going to be actually really enticing, though, during this time. Now, what's really interesting is that Pluto has squared the lunar nodes, and this is our karmic choice. This is also a wake-up call during 2023 and for the rest of 2023. There is something here that's a karmic choice, a karmic power that is guiding us forward, and it will change the course of this year and the years to come. And it's like it plays a powerful role. Maybe not exactly on the 30th, 31st, but when we look back, it's going to be around this time that a lot of things have changed, that a lot of power has moved us. The South Lunar Node is in Libra, and the North Lunar Node is in Aries. So the South Lunar Node is seen as the tail of the dragon in astrology. It's known as the tail of the dragon, and the North Lunar Node is known as the head. The head is ready for a battle. The head is ready for fighting. The head is ready for determination and focus and everything that the god of war symbolizes. But it's also bringing our passion and fight into alignment with each other. The tail, the thing that balances the dragon, that lets the dragon fly the way that it does, that is all about balance and harmony. We need to move towards balance and harmony and not let kind of rage take over our sight, not one battle after another guide us. The moon is Yod with Mars and Venus. Now, Mars and Venus, it's interesting because Mars and Venus, Mars rules Aries, Venus rules Libra. So that's the energy of the North and South Lunar Node coming up once again. And in mythology, Mars and Venus were lovers, not married because they were arranged marriages and Mars and Venus fell in love, right? This is known as the finger of fate. And what the finger of fate has us seeing is that Venus is in Leo. It's calling for braveness of heart. The finger of fate is having us also see, with Mars in Leo, how does our passion come into balance with our heart? Not be overruled by it or run by it, which can be something that we're battling with, like so many emotions coming forward so intensely. But how does our head and our heart come into balance with each other? Remember, the heart talks to the head way more often than the head talks to the heart. So how are we listening to our emotions? Pluto is sextile Neptune, Neptune is sextile Uranus, and Uranus is trine Pluto. What all this means is that the outer planets are opening up to our psychic gifts and our higher consciousness. The full moon is conjunct with Saturn, physically in the stars of Aquarius, which we talked about before. This is the water bearer. This is us, the living waters of the earth, calling not only to the earth, but to our blood, to ourselves. We feel the pull of this moon so much more intensely. Again, the zigzag symbol of Aquarius is the oldest iconography known to men, 40,000 years old. Oldest symbolism known to man. And that's super cool that is your imagery. Pisces is the most egoless sign. So it's really kind of double dog daring us to take our ego out of the equation and really see what it is that we want. Because this full supermoon is shining light on our disillusionment and also the deceptions in our lives. We're being guided back to our hearts, back to falling in love with ourselves, not with anybody else, with ourselves and with the earth. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Nine of Swords reversed. This isn't being worried. This isn't doubting. This isn't fearing. And I know this sounds like a weird thing to be told to be worried about, but be worried, mindful, just aware. There's something, again, here, it plays perfectly with the Nine of Cups. The number 9 is a very human number coming forward, right? Both around the throat chakra, both around things that have been said, right? And the heart. Also the root chakra coming through. But there's a sense of there's something you should be not worried about, like not sitting up at night worrying, but you should be a little bit more mindful about, a little bit more aware of, okay? Nine of Swords reversed. Is there something, again, we think we have it in the bag. It's not going to go the way that we had thought. Is it going to be a bad thing? No, it's not. It's going to open up new doors, new opportunities. It's not going to be a bad thing, but it's going to be something that we just need to be aware of. Our subconscious spirit message is faith reversed. We need to call back that faith in a higher power. It could be in an orthodoxy, if that's how we embrace faith. It could be in spiritualism, if that's how we embrace faith. But here, with faith reversed, it's like we need to have faith. Faith in our dreams, faith in our soul, faith in ourselves, faith in creation and existence. It's going to be very important. Our subconscious tarot message is the Nine of Wands. We're tired of fighting. We will fight if we need to, most definitely, but we're tired of fighting. The number 9, for one reason or another, just be aware of it during this time. It's a tiring number for us. It's a little bit of an overwhelming number for us during this time. Numerology of 9, which it's a very human number. It's healing and nurturing. But look up the numerology of number 9 for whatever reason that's coming through. It's like, pay attention to that. I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head, but yeah, Spirit's like, pay attention to the numerology of 9 because it's overwhelming for us during this time. I'm actually going to look that up afterwards. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Conclusions are within reach. Yes, conclusions are going to be had probably before the new moon, which is on the 14th, 15th of September. Or it can be that we're left in the dark till then as well, because this is reversed. It's kind of like the new moon doesn't open up that portal, doesn't open up that way forward that we had thought. So just be aware, conclusions are within reach. Spirit said immediately before the new moon, but now Spirit is like, you're going to hear about something before the new moon, and then it's going to leave things a little bit more murky. So just be aware of this. Be aware of this after the new moon. It's like something is murky, something we're still trying to figure out or come to the conclusion of. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a healing away and a cleansing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this blue moon, supermoon, and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed supermoon, blue moon. Bye.